What is up, guys? Stang90 here, and yes, I broke my fucking right hand. This is my dominant hand, so I'm on the left-hand struggle. If anybody of you know, I'm sure you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm just going to do a quick review on these PTS notes because I'm sure all the bigger guys have already done it, but hey, for those of you that actually watch my shit, I appreciate it. So without further ado, we're going to get started on this bullshit. Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online featuring Homestead free update introduces our player housing system with 39 uniquely themed homes you can acquire throughout Tamriel. With over 2,000 individual decorative and furniture options, plus furnishing and crafting, guess what? You're going to have a lot of options available. They say that shit, but that ain't true. Okay, Homestead. Basics. Acquiring a home. We're going to be doing all this shit. Will it be relevant? I don't know. How long it's going to keep us busy? Who fucking cares? Because we're still going to be playing this game in like 2087. Update 13 features homestead, player housing, blah blah blah. We read that 12 times already. You may own one of every home, all the way up to all 39 available at launch. Homes are shared across all characters on your account, so if your main has bought the house because he's a rich ass motherfucker, you can share it with your poor ass characters too. I don't know why I'm right clicking because I got the left hand struggle right now. Okay. Apartments, small homes, medium homes, large homes, and manors. Home ownership is tracked in the new housing tab of the collections window. Okay. All 36 homes can be purchased with either gold or crowns. Now, I don't really like that because for people that can't really, spend the money to purchase these in-game houses versus the people that want to play the game and achieve it through the game's way of gold or whatever, I would rather that because it's more like a pay-to-win type of deal. And I understand their company. They need to run their company. They need to make money because it's a free MMO. I mean, there's a lot of subscription-based MMOs, so the fact that it's free is cool, but I don't really like this. You can buy the homes because some people like me, I got 3 kids and a wife. How the fuck am I going to afford to buy this shit? I barely have time to play the game, let alone afford to buy a house. So you're going to have, no offense to, the teenagers in the games, but they don't really have much responsibilities or bills, so they're going to be able to afford these houses while people like, the actual adults that are playing the game, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to afford this stuff. Dueling is allowed in homes, but is disabled inside in-rooms or apartments. Pets, assistants, and mounts cannot be summoned inside of homes, but can be placed as decorations. What the fuck? Okay. So I'll just leave that alone. Once placed, assistants can be used as normal. Okay, so we can just sit there, motherfucker. You're gonna be washing my clothes and shit. Acquiring a home. There are 3 ways to acquire a home. You can purchase this shit in the Crown Store if you have money, or if you're a broke ass bitch and you have kids to support instead of a damn game, like me. You'll be buying this shit with gold. Find the house broker to acquire a quest that grants you a free apartment. That's cool. You get a free apartment. It's probably like a fucking studio, 1 bedroom bullshit. Fuck all that. Find homes scattered across Tamriel. Make sure you have the prerequisites and purchase them for in-game gold. Okay, it's probably a ridiculous amount, but whatever. You must own the Imperial Edition in order to purchase Imperial homes. So in other words, now that we've sucked your wallet dry enough, we're going to need you to cough up a little bit extra money to buy that Imperial home if you want it, sorry. Home previewing, the easiest way to preview homes if you have not purchased yet is to go to the New Houses section of the Crown Store highlight. Check out the home you want and click Preview. This will teleport you to the home and you can do a walkthrough while making your purchase decision. Sweet, you're going to set me up with a Tamriel realtor. I hope he doesn't get paid on commission because I would like to check out the house before I bought that shit. Unfurnished may be purchased with gold or crowns. Furnished homes may only be purchased with crowns. That's bullshit. Come on, man. That's like saying, hey, I'm renting out this apartment, okay? But it can't come with the fridge and the microwave unless you're paying cash. If you're paying with a check or a credit card, guess what? I'm taking those appliances with me. That's what this shit's like. That's gay. It is not possible to preview a home after you've already purchased it, or blah blah blah. The housing editor contains multiple tabs and categories for ease of asset selection. The Place tab allows you to place furnishings and collectibles from a categorized list of available options and can be identified by the word furnishing on their tooltip. After you enter a new home on your own, you can enter the housing editor and start placing furnishings. But how do we craft it? You can see how close you're getting to the item limit through the housing menu, which displays a house information panel. From there you can see the current maximum value for furnishings and collectibles. Does collectibles include trophies? In addition to the furnishing items, you can place assistants, mounts, non-combat pets, and a new category of furnishing collectibles called trophies. That includes Undaunted Bust. So it does include the trophies. There are separate limits for furnishings, collectibles, such as pets and mounts. Many types of housing objects have additional functionality when placed, including the following. Assistants. Any associating objects throughout Tamriel are now interactive. You just need to approach the furniture and interact with it. To sit down, provided there is room and the furniture is placed in an accessible location. A target skeleton, so a practice dummy. This is cool. We've been wanting this for a while. Can be used to practice with new weapons, abilities, and combat in general. It does not fight back, but is a resilient opponent. Roughly as difficult to put down as the second boss from Veterans Middle Clutch 2, Bloodspawn, which we've used for DPS tests in the past. To learn to craft a target skeleton, okay, you gotta craft them, that's cool. You can purchase the plan from whatever the fuck the dude's name is, the Mastercraft Mediator, in each alliance capital in exchange for writ vouchers. So crafting writs are obtained through master writs, and what's his name will appear after you start a complete master writ. You can find the description for these below. So I wonder if we can craft these and then trade them to other characters. The Animus Stone is a new crafting material that is also available in exchange for writ vouchers. Shortly after being defeated, the target skeleton will reform itself. Okay. Guild reprints. We're not going to go into too much detail of that shit. Unique objects. There's a variety of unique objects from Dark Ink Opinions that open and close to decoy the Elder Scrolls that swap between offensive and defensive visual objects, all with their own unique interactions and effects. As time goes on, expect us to expand this category. Furnishing. We can craft, purchase, Undaunted. Beginning with a homestead, the final boss of each veteran dungeon trial arena will drop a collectible bronze bust, one of the iconic monsters from that piece of content. Busts are account-wide collectibles, so they will be available for each of your characters. Busts from trials and arenas include a marble stand. There are a total of 34 undaunted busts available in each homestead. Fishing. Though rare, you may catch aquatic-themed decorations while fishing at a fishing hole. Great, because I don't got that damn achievement anyway. These decorations will differ based on the type of fishing hole. Some things will come from the ocean, while other things from freshwaters. For example, starfish can only be found in oceans and not from lakes. Shadowy Supplier will rarely award one of a selection of Dark Brotherhood themed decorations. You can now craft furnishings for yourself, your friends, or sell to others. So we can craft, trade, and sell. That's cool. All trade skill disciplines will now have a new tab for their respective stations for furnishing. Alchemy formulas. Primarily use alchemy resin. Okay, so each woodworking, blacksmithing, depending on the type of furniture, will use the materials that you have. Oh, they actually use these individual things that you find from the nodes. So from harvesting the ore and stuff yourself, I thought you would be able to use your current, like the old wood that you could never use for your previous characters, you'd be able to use. Furniture crafting also utilizes several additional types of materials. Resins, tempers, and tannins are often needed for green quality furnishings and higher. Okay. It's hard enough to get that shit to improve your armor. I can't imagine improving furniture. Like, what the hell would you do with that? You can choose to allow or restrict access to each of your houses as desired, and may set different permissions for each of your guilds, and on a per individual basis. You can even ban specific individuals while allowing the rest of the guild access. Just in case you want to hang out with most of your guildies, but Tony keeps spilling meat on your favorite rug. Nobody likes that shit. As a homeowner, you can set a primary residence. Primary residence is used to determine which home is visited when friends or guildmates try to visit your home while you are offline. When you are online, other players may socially jump directly to you in any home, provided they have access to that home. So you have to be online for them to visit your home. Homeowners may rescind access visiting players at any time, resulting in the immediate eviction of that player to their home. Get out of my house to me. So here's a list of the homes, apartments, and small homes, large homes. I'm not going to go ahead and read through all this, but I will post it in the description so you can read for yourself if you choose to. Alright, so we got big changes, new motifs. I don't even got half the old motifs, so this is going to be amazing. Trying to collect all this shit. The Imperial City Vendors Telvar Greater Lockbox is now known as the Telvar Equipment Lockbox Merchant. Cool that its prices have been reduced. They need to bring more incentives for people to visit the Imperial City, because nobody does that anymore. Unless it's just a Nightblade trying to take all your stones. Cyrodiil vendors are found at the base camp of your alliance in Cyrodiil, and have been changed significantly. Each zone bag offers a random item from a random item set otherwise found in that zone. So, for PvP people that don't want to PvE grind, they can find these sets from these bags. But hopefully, not in a crappy trait. Quest items from towns. We've updated the dungeon ready check. When your dungeon group is ready, you will no longer immediately be put into a group. Instead, all 4 members of the group will have to verify that they are ready for the dungeon. Oh, that's cool. Instead of setting a timer in case you're trying to repair your equipment before you go or whatever. We've updated or added support for Aether Chrome devices. Cool. Available templates. More bullshit. Homestead. Furnishings. We've gone through that. Combat. All changes that they say they're going to change, but they don't. Quests and zones. Do they have class specific changes or anything? NPCs will now hold the broom properly while sweeping, because that was so important. Fixed an issue where your facial expressions could get stuck after using an emote. No more angry faces. When using the Eat Soup remote, you will now actually eat out of a bowl like a civilized citizen, so you won't waste it. Buffs and debuffs. Created a new debuff category. Minor Magicka Steel. This is a debuff applied to enemies that restores a flat value of Magicka to the attacker every second. Major Evasion reduced it from a 15% dodge chance to a 20% dodge chance. I like that for PvP because Shuffle was just retardedly retarded. Major Force reduced it to 15% from a 30%. That's quite a big drop. Minor Force reduced this buff category for critical damage from 10% or to 10% from 12. So that's a 2% loss. Minor Life Steal. This category is now a debuff applied to enemies instead of a buff applied to allies. It now restores a flat value of health to the attacker every second. 600 health every second at CP 160. Dragon Knight Burning Embers fixed an issue where rank 5 or 4 of this ability was not allowing multiple Dragon Knights to apply the damage over time. So that's cool if you got like multiple Magicka DKs in your trial group. So that doesn't get overridden anymore. Earthen Heart, Battle Roar significantly revised. This passed its ability tooltip to more accurately describe the values of health, magic, and stamina. Nightblade, everybody's going to complain about this no matter what they do with it. Grim Focus. The Assassin's will proc from this ability, and Merciless Resolve Morph now only scales with your spell damage and maximum Magicka stats. So that morph will not be useful to stamina base anymore. That sucks. Adjusted the order of active abilities within the shadow skill line. Sorcerer, Dark Magic Encase reduced the cost of the ability and its morphs. Not many people use that. It's a good skill, but nobody uses it. Daedric Stem adjusted the order of active abilities in the skill line. They will now unlock in the following order. Unstable Familiar, Daedric Curse, Winged Twilight, Conjured Ward, and Bound Armor. That's cool that they put the curse up here instead of down at the bottom, so you can access it faster if you're leveling up your sorcerer. Increase the physical and spell resistance of all Daedric summoning pets by 100%. This is awesome, especially for pet builds. That's nice that they did that. Bound Armor fixed an issue where Tugliness ability and its morphs would dismount you. Ability and its morphs will now do area of effect damage even if their target dies. So the curse will still apply even if the target dies. That's nice. Summon the Storm Atronach. Increased the damage dealt from the pet summoned of this ability and its morphs by approximately 25%. This is nice because I always thought that the Atronach didn't really do that much damage. So if you combine this with the Daedric Curse, this is going to be a pretty powerful ultimate, and I'd like to try it out. Summon the Familiar. Increase the duration of this pet's special ability to 8 seconds from 4 seconds, causing it to pulse for 2 extra ticks of damage. That's going to be great for sustain. Fixed an issue where damage from this more special ability was not being increased by Daedric Prey. I always thought that was fucked up, but I never really paid too much attention to it. Renamed it to Haunting Curse. This morph no longer shortens the duration from 3.5 to 6. Instead, it causes the curse to echo and trigger to 1 additional time 6 seconds after the first explosion. That's cool. It's going to mess up some people's rotations, but hey, I never had a solid one anyway. Templar, Aedric Spear. Spear shards decrease the time it takes from the spear and its morph to land from 750 milliseconds, or to 750 from 1100 milliseconds. That's quite a big difference there. It doesn't sound like much, but casting it actually takes quite a bit of time, so. Backlash abilities morphs now deal moderate damage when they are initially applied to the enemy. This damage does not contribute to the copy damage delivered at the end of the ability's duration. Eclipse, nobody uses that. It's actually pretty powerful though. Power of the Light Backlash Morph ability, where this morph's damage was being mitigated on the target's spell resistance instead of their physical. Radiant Destruction decreased the damage of this ability and its morphs by approximately 21%. Oh my gosh, really? People had to bitch that much. That's a huge letdown, especially for... I really like playing the healer and using this ability to help execute. I would rather see them take the distance down from like 12 meters to 8 meters than reducing the damage by 21%. But whatever, you get enough people bitching about it, they're going to change it. Healing Ritual. This ability morphs no longer heals the casting Templar for an additional 30%. What? Man, that's a big letdown. They're nerfing Templars. I mean, this is ridiculous because Templars have never really been the top class, and people always bitch about them, but I think they really need a buff because it's just ridiculous. They need to show Templar some love. Radiant Aura. This morph now increases the radius of minor Magicka Steel to 25, 26, 27, and finally 28. Ritual of Rebirth. This morph no longer decreases the cast time of the ability by 0.2 seconds. Instead, it now fires an additional single target heal after the cast is complete to one ally outside the ability's normal radius. Man, this is a minor letdown. Other classes get buffs, while the Templar gets debuffs as usual. Going to this. Fixed an issue where the ability and its morphs could occasionally cause your ground target to... Rectile? What? To become stuck and prevent you from using other abilities. Reduce the damage for this ability and its morphs by 5%. Pretty big, but then again it was very overpowered. Restoration Staff, Force Siphon. This ability and its morphs will no longer heal for a flat value of health whenever you deal damage to the target. Instead, they apply minor lifesteal, which we read earlier. This deals like 600 health per second or some crap. So World Soul Strike. Remove 350 milliseconds of empty channeling time without another tick of damage. That's nice. Vampire Cladding Swarm. This morph will no longer cause your character to pulse invisibility every second it is active. Instead, activating Swarm now allows you to use the ability again to instantly teleport to an enemy up to 22 meters away and deal high damage. That's cool. The teleport can be used as many times as possible within the swarm's duration. Werewolf. Fixed an issue where this passive ability was being removed when your character died. Rousing Roar increased the duration of the major brutality buff provided by this buff by the morph from 4 seconds to 5 seconds. Ooh, big changes. Fighter Skill, increase the duration of Circle of Protection from to 20 seconds from 10. Rearming Trap. Decrease the damage done by each trap summoned from this morph by 30%. That sucks. Mage's Guild, we got some minor changes here. Mage Light activating this ability while you have a restoration staff equipped will no longer break its animations. Undaunted Blood Altar. Due to the changes in minor lifesteal outlined below, this ability and its morphs will now apply minor lifesteal to all enemies within the radius instead of allies within the radius. So instead of activating that synergy to heal for a flat amount, you're going to apply lifesteal and steal life from enemies. I don't like that it's not an instant heal. That's what was cool about that skill. Emperor, I'll never get, so forget that. Dark Anchors. These are just basic monster abilities that are going to be fixed. We're not going to go into too much detail on that because no one cares. Pet Rangers, Spirit Masters. Crafters rejoice! If you have access to the craft bag through ESO Plus, you can now deconstruct items and refine materials even when your inventory is full. The keen eye visual effect will now fade out more smoothly when you move out of range. Shipments of refined materials from crafting units can now be quick slotted from and appear in a consumables section. Okay. Why would I need to assign those? Alchemy fixed an issue that caused potions of vitality or defiled to incorrectly compete with the minor protection buff. Citric Ambrosia and Mythic Ethereal Ambrosia will now be used, or can now be used while moving. Fixed an issue that prevented the Connoisseur passive from correctly increasing the duration of certain Witches festivals and New Life Festival drinks. Crown Store and Crown Crates. Some of you will be interested in this, but I don't spend enough money there to be interested in it. So, once again, you can click on the link and read that crap. Changes to the dungeons. Exploration and itemization changes. We will not go into too much detail on that junk. We got zone specific changes and general UI. Crafting motifs have their own section of the lore library visible upon obtaining Edict Memory from the Shadow Door. So basically this is that little book that you get for completing Mage's Guild. So the crafting motifs will have their own section under that. Alliance War and crafting. More minor fixes, and these are comments from random people. So I think we're going to pretty much wrap up the video there. If you doubtfully found this helpful, please like down below and subscribe for future retarded content. Until next time, we'll see ya. Peace out.